What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you didn't see the last video, go check it out so you guys will know what's going on in this video. I'll give you a little bit of a recap anyhow. We got a turbo kit for the Trailblazer SS and it was completely Cerakoted on the hot side, so everything's good to go there. And today we're going to try to put some of that on. So the manifolds are going to be going on today. At the very least, the passenger side takes a little bit of work to get it on there because I got to cut the whole inner fender well of the passenger side. Let's hope that I don't mess that up and scratch everything at the same time. We're going to do our best though and have the wife help us. She's going to be doing a couple of things, helping out, because one man, it's kind of hard to do putting exhaust on a vehicle. So let's see what we can do. All right, so driver's side is on. That one goes on pretty easy. It's pretty self-explanatory. You can get it in on the top, goes right in, put the bolts in. I had her underneath the Trailblazer holding the manifold up while I put all the bolts in it. Passenger side wasn't terrible. I did kind of nick it right here, but that'll get covered up by the wastegate, so you won't see any of that. That's gonna have to go all the way down in the bottom right there. And the crossover tube will be over there also. So I got to figure out how I'm going to route the downpipe. But I got to cut a good decent bit from here all the way over and down right here. And probably somewhere in there to try to get that downpipe in there. So I'm going to do that off camera as well. And hopefully that turns out all right. And just like that, everything's gone. Took a grinder, cut it all out, and then went over it with a flapper wheel. None of these are sharp anymore. So now we're gonna try to mock up the turbo. See if the downpipe will fit. Might have to mess with these lines, trying to get these to work with all of this and still have heat in the car, so we'll see. All right, so the turbo is mounted. We had to back out those studs a little bit so the nuts can catch to get that bolt up. I do have to put this one back in there. I was missing a couple of the nuts and whatever from the kit, since I did buy this secondhand. Got the wastegate mounted up here. It is loose a little bit. Just trying to figure out how that downpipe goes in there. I did end up cutting up more than I wanted to, more than I should have, because I shouldn't have had to cut out all of this right here. But that'll make it a little bit easier for when I go do plugs anyhow, so whatever. But we got this far at least today. So next thing I need to do, I'll grab this little light. So these hoses right here are for my heat. And I'm going to have to reroute those because the downpipe comes out right here and it's right directly in the path right there because it goes on the inside of the frame rail. So, and I got to get that crossover put on there. There, it focused. So I think that's going to be enough for today. We'll come back whenever I get a little bit more time, figure out more of it out. It is now just after Christmas and it's been a minute since I've touched this thing, but we did get a little bit done on it. I was out of town for work and it was just kind of a slow process. Every time I'd come back on the weekends and stuff like that, I'd just spend time with the wife, but we got a little bit done and I got some things that came up that I'll have to have somebody else do for me. So it'll be a little bit of a waiting game on that end too, so I'll tell you guys about that here in a second. And the Trailblazer actually got some gifts for Christmas. So the wife got me these fender covers so I'm not scratching up the fenders whenever I'm trying to work on this thing, because this thing is kind of nice. I want to try to keep it that way. Don't mind that. She also got me a turbo guard, which I thought was awesome because it's got a blue ring around it, kind of matches the truck. So shout out to the wife for that. That's pretty cool. We did get the wastegate dump tube and the downpipe on, and it's all one piece, but it was kind of a pain because this dump tube didn't really want to mount to the wastegate when I put it onto the manifold, so That was kind of a pain, but we got it. And just down there is the heater lines off the water pump. We're gonna have to try to get some silicone hoses to come down, up and around back here. And probably gonna have to use a couple unions and a rubber 90 and possibly cut those two lines off the heater core to try to clear the downpipe, maybe. And since I did buy this kit secondhand, I do not have the coil relocation brackets and plug wires for that. I'm gonna have to get that figured out. The vacuum lines and the boost controller, I do have the vacuum block already on there. So we're gonna have to get that figured out. That shouldn't be too hard. And then boost reference for the fuel regulator. The main thing that I need help with, I'm gonna have to get somebody else to do this, is I've got to mount the intercooler, and that's not gonna be the hard part. But the driver's side has a 90 coming off of this. Right there's the coupler. But it doesn't really come out all that great because it's just sitting on the lower radiator support. And then on the passenger side that goes to the turbo, it does not come out at all. Like it really doesn't fit that great. So I'm gonna have to get somebody to rework the both ends of that. Maybe I can get somebody to extend that 90 to where it's coming out a little bit further out. This one might just have to be completely redone. I do have to block this off, the MAF spot for that, because this is speed density tuned. I don't have a MAF, so. That's about it though. I don't have a whole lot to do anymore. Everything underneath it is buttoned up. So now it's just sitting here, waiting for everything to come together. So this is what it's probably gonna look like over the winter. I don't know. It depends. But now that I'm off for the season, I should be able to do a little bit more to this thing. I should be able to spend a lot more time on it. I will have to give it to a different shop to do those things with the aluminum cold side stuff to weld it, but just got a couple little things to button up and then get a tune on it, and hopefully we can drive it boosted for the first time. That would be awesome. I'm hoping to do all this by the spring. I'm gonna not give myself some unrealistic deadline and feel bad about it, because I just hate seeing this thing sit. It sucks. I like having things done right when I want them to. I'm pretty impatient, but that's part of the game, I guess. Another topic, I'm gonna be trying to get a little bit of merch going again. I'm gonna try to get shirts and maybe a couple hats made and more stickers. So if you guys want anything like that, just DM me, we can get you something. And everything that it's going to be coming from all that is going right back into this build or one of the other builds on the channel. And hopefully we can get a little bit more done that way. I just need to get a show of hands and who wants something. I'll have a couple different designs on there to start out. But if you guys do like this content, please drop a like, follow, subscribe on whatever platforms. I do have a Facebook page. It's Backyard Junkyard, same as the YouTube name. Share with your friends, guys, because that really does help. If we get more people watching, we get a little bit closer to getting monetized. So help me out with that. But I guess we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.